If it's one thing for certain about life in SoCal, is that the Mexican people, the culture, and especially the food are a very big part of our lives. And on today's program, we're going to visit a very special place with a 55-year history of making hearts happy in the Los Angeles area. And I'm talking about none other than Manuel's El Tepeyac Cafe. And they're coming your way next on Life in SoCal. Don't go away. As I mentioned before, what keeps people coming back to Manuel's is the food, but not only the food, but the sense of community and a family. And I'm going to introduce you to Elisa, and she's going to give us her story about Manuel's. Thank you for joining us today on Life in SoCal, and tell us how long you've been coming here and what your favorite dish is here at Manuel's.
I've been coming here for about 10 years now, and I was introduced here by my husband, who's been coming for about 20 years now.
Okay.
And we just keep coming back for the food, and we love to bring new people to the restaurant.
As do I. I do too. Now, what is your favorite dish here at Manuel's?
Favorite dish is the machaca.
The machaca?
Yeah.
Most people say the Shollenberger, or they say taquitos.
It's so big. How do you get through that? My husband will eat the Shollenberger, but I can't do it.
I can't either. It's too big. Half of it is good, and I take the rest home.
Yeah.
Well, Elisa, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your story with us.
Hey, thanks. Good to be here.
Another gentleman that we've ran into who's been coming to Manuel's for many years is O'Neill, and he's going to tell us how long he's been coming here and what his favorite dish is here at Manuel's. O'Neill, thank you so much for talking to us on Life in SoCal.
Okay, thank you. I've been coming to Manuel's for now to about 20 years, and favorite dish is the machaca Hollenbeck. That's my favorite dish here. Great atmosphere. The people are really cool, and Manuel's really good to us. You know what I mean? Every time we come back.
That's the key. He is such a big part of this community, and so many generations of people keep coming back, year after year. Now, the Hollenbeck, can you get through the whole thing?
It just depends on if. It really depends on how hungry I really am, you know. But it's tough. Even when you're really hungry, I think it's so big. Yeah. It's tough to get through it. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for talking to us, and have a good day.
Thank you very much.
As I mentioned at the beginning of the program, the best place to start our visit today with Manuel's is with the heart of Manuel's El Tepeyac Cafe, and that's with the Rojas family. They have a 55-year history within the Boyle Heights community of Los Angeles. And today, we're going to speak with Elena Rojas, third generation and co-owner of Manuel's. And she took time out of her busy schedule to talk to us today, and we are so glad she did. Welcome to Life in SoCal, Elena Rojas.
Hey, John, how you doing?
We're doing just fine. Elena, this is your opportunity to tell everybody out there about the history of the Rojas family and Manuel's El Tepeyac Cafe.
Okay. Well, as it's been written, my grandfather started, Salvador H. Rojas. He started the Tepeyac, and he started way back when with Tumbinamba, way out in Temple and Maine somewhere, and La Villa over there on Main Street as well. And then he, I think it was in, I don't want to lie with numbers because I can't remember. But anyway, somewhere in the 50s, in the early 50s, he came here, bought this property, and the restaurant was a deli, and there was a house in the back where him and my grandmother lived with their 5 children. And eventually he turned the deli into a restaurant, Mexican restaurant. At first he used to sell hot dogs and shakes and things of that nature. Eventually he brought in his Mexican food, and he passed away in 57, if I'm not mistaken. And then my grandmother took over, and she asked my father if he wanted to help her, and he did, and eventually she gave it to him. And my mother came and helped him, and it flew. Although things have changed a lot since back in the day. It was so easy to do things. There wasn't as many insurances and workman's comps and all those kind of things. So it was a lot more fun back in the day. but my dad still tries to have fun now, even though with all the other stuff in the way.
Well, we noticed as we came over that Manuel always comes out and greets the guests, and he likes to keep the lines moving, and he say 2 for the counter, because he wants people to come in and enjoy the food, because he knows a lot of people come a long way just to enjoy this wonderful food. So what we'd like to do is Elena's going to take us on a tour of Manuel's, and she's going to show us the dining area, and she's going to show us some interesting parts of Manuel's that a lot of people may not have known about. So, Elena, if you would take us on a tour, we'd be happy.
Okay, sure. I'd like to do that.
Now it's time to see where all the magic happens at Manuel's El Tepeyac Cafe. Elena's going to tell us about this building right here and what it was before and what it is now. Elena?
Okay, this used to be my grandma's house, my grandma and grandpa's house. And as we go through it, I'll show you what used to be where, what used to be what back in the day. Back here was the kitchen. Back here, I forgot to tell you this part. Back here was my uncle's bedroom. And
now it's the employee lounge now.
Yeah, now it's the employee lounge. And this was the washroom back here.
Where you wash the clothes and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to take us out to the back?
Oh, sure. Yeah. And by the way, we have our guys come in at we have 2 guys that come in at 2:30 in the morning to start cooking fresh every day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Elena's got a funny story that she shared with me earlier about this property, and I want her to share that story with you now.
The one about the neighbor? Oh, when my brother, my younger brother, and I, when we were real little, okay, this is real little, we used to throw tomatoes at the house next door, because the neighbor, she was the little grouchy old lady, and so we used to throw tomatoes from right here to her house, to the roof. Well, it was the back house of hers, but anyways, yeah.
Now, there was a reason that they had did that, because
because she always used to come and bang on the window at the front of the restaurant, and she'd say, Manuel, there's somebody parked in my drive, and you better get them out of there before I call the police.
So when kids are bored and don't have anything else to do, chuck tomatoes at the people that are mean.